there was no category back then. This was like the 1970s, mid 70s to early 80s, and so slurs, like the way, like if we heard somebody say you faggot or you dyke and saying it in a disrespectful way, that was very commonplace. It makes me so happy when I even see like two men holding hands, especially younger men or boys, girls, and like we would have never done that in my generation, never. Like I don't think we would have even thought to do it because it was so unacceptable. It's just like, nope, not gonna happen. And here I'm like, yay, you can do that. I think that people still need to be vigilant. I think, and not sit on our laurels, because I think that there's still so much. At least here in Portland, we live in a little pockets. And then we have to take into consideration, I know this is hard in the United States, but the rest of the world, where, you know, people are killed for being gay. We're not even talking about lesbians or bisexuals or transgender, like the rest, like it's just like, it's still just that very simple, nope, you're dead. And so I think that there's still so much to do. But we're getting there, it's like baby steps. And she's just going on, and I'm trying to get a word in. I'm just like, Mom. And finally I'm like, Mom, I'm gay. And she keeps talking. And I'm just thinking, what? And then finally, finally I just have to interrupt again. And I should say, Mom, did you hear what I said? And she paused, and then she said, yes, honey, I love you. And I don't want you to waste your time on any ignorant people. And then she kept talking. And I was like, oh my God, that's beautiful. And I think she knew me, and she knew like I would try to convince people and talk to people, and you know, some people you just can't. They're just they just want to be in that ignorant place. The fact that I was told my entire life that I was second class, I was abnormal, that there was something wrong with me. And there's a certain point, if you keep telling anybody for whatever reason, if you tell them that they are not equal and they can't have the same rights as you, at a certain point when they start becoming more educated and they grow older, they're going to get pissed off. And they're going to have that piece of, that's why we have pride. You know, maybe someday when we're in that utopia, we won't need pride. It'll just be maybe a celebration of people. We're not there yet. But it's that piece that you realize, like, wow, I deserve every single right that you have. I think what really pisses me off is when I would look at my neighbors who were straight, really cool people, but straight, and I was born and raised in this city in America, and they had more rights than I did. And I was just thinking, why is nobody pissed off about this? And you know, I have heard so often about like, oh, the angry lesbians. It's like, well, give me rights. Give me the same rights that you have. And I promise I won't be angry anymore. Like, I don't have this desire to be angry. I have the desire just for equality. You know? The big shift, I think, happened when all of a sudden straight allies started to see, like, hey, this is blatant discrimination. We don't care. Like, I don't know who's perpetuating homophobia, transphobia, because obviously there's still people that are. And it's almost like that you've been told a lie that all of a sudden, I think some people, especially younger generations, when they're thinking this is kind of a taught behavior too. And hatred is a taught behavior. Racism, sexism, it's something we all learn, and you can't help it growing up in this culture. You cannot help, unfortunately, you're racist, you're sexist. Even like, I'm a woman and I still know that there's some internalized sexism within me because of just lies that I was told growing up and these agreements that I've accepted somehow, that we just have to be like, oh, that's not right. Like, because I was born when I was born and the way I was born, there was no stopping it. It's like, well, I'm going to fight for my rights. Just as a woman, you know, I get so tired of people, first of all, turning feminism into a negative word. It really pisses me off. It's like, oh, heaven forbid we have the same rights.
Definitely.
And making it seem, you know, it's always amazing to me when you see anybody in any ism that's complaining about these people that are just out there all the time, like Black Lives Matter. It's like, oh, they're always just like, it's just like, well, first of all, put yourself in their perspective, in their shoes, and second, just give them what they want. I bet they don't want to live this life where they're just saying, hey, I should have the same rights as you. So I think that you see overlap when you realize, when you're somebody who sees the bigger picture and realizes there's a quote that no one is free until everybody's free. That's not how it goes.
Something like that.
It's no one is oppressed when, okay, well, you know, it'll come to me later. The point is that you begin to realize, like, oh, even if I had all the rights in the world, this group over here still doesn't have their rights. And so you realize that in order to get to that place where you really want to be free and just enjoy life, you have to actually fight for everybody's rights. You know, and they have to do the same for you. It doesn't always work that way. Like, there's still homophobia even if you're in a different group, but now I'm going to really say that quote. Like, what is that? No one is free while others are oppressed. Boom. Boom. Yes. I think it's a different fight. I think of right now, I think, like, for example, lesbians, we're kind of boring. I mean, we are. What's real? Because we had our, like, we were in the 90s. That was just like like, I remember in college we had the gay club. We had to fight to get the L added on there because we live in a sexist culture. Like, so it's like, it's amazing how even within the gay community you still have hierarchy. You know, so white gay men at the top, they got their rights, they were fighting for their rights. They kind of forgot that, oh, there's women here too, like, whatever, like, oh, whatever. I love my gay brothers, but it's true. It's like, it goes down like that. And then bisexuals slowly got added on, and transgender. And so now I think what is, you know, I really get, like, transgender. I know a lot of transgender, you say the wrong thing, especially if you're a straight ally, and you will get it ripped a new, you know what. And I get it. It's like they were just cut out of their own community for the longest time. And so they're a little pissed. I would be too. And so that, and, you know, it's like when you're, like, finally coming into the limelight, it's like, oh my God, people are actually noticing us. There's a little resentment for having to wait so long. And I totally get it. Like, we were the same in the 90s. And now we have kind of like, oh, lesbians, oh, there's a lesbian couple over there. Transgender. I think that, well, that's why you see so many things right now, like the transgender bathroom issue and all of that. But it's amazing once you actually know somebody and you start talking, it's like, oh, you're kind of just like me. You know, you just happen to be attracted to the other sex, or your skin is a different color or whatever, but we're kind of all people.